This video explains how to return the data.frame class when working with the dplyr package in the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and for this example we first need to create an example data frame, as you can see in lines 2 and 3 of the code. So after running these lines of code, a new data frame object is appearing at the top right, which is called data, and we can print this data frame at the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 4 of the code. And then you can see that our example data frame contains two columns which are called X and group. Now if we want to work with the dplyr package, we also need to install and load the package, as you can see in lines 6 and 7 of the code. I have installed the package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 7 of the code. And now we are able to use the functions of the dplyr package. So in this case I perform a group operation based on our data frame that we have created before. And for this I'm using the group by and summarize add functions. And in this case I'm calculating the mean by group for the variable X. So after running lines 9 to 12 of the code, a new data set is appearing at the top right, which is called data tibble. And by printing this data set to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 13 of the code, you can already see that we have created a tibble which shows our mean values by group. We can also double check that by applying the class function to our new data object, as you can see in line 15 of the code. And then you can see that our new data object is a tibble object. However, let's assume that we want to retain the data frame class when we work with the dplyr package. Then we can apply the as.data.frame function in addition to our code that we have used before. So in lines 17 to 20 of the code, I'm using basically the same syntax as in the previous example. However, then I'm adding to this the as.data.frame function. And this function converts our tibble back to the data frame class. And you can see that by running lines 17 to 21. So after running these lines of code, a new data set called data.df is appearing at the top right. And if you print this data set to the bottom in the console by running line 22 of the code, you can see that this data set already looks like a data frame instead of a tibble. And we can confirm that by applying the class function to this data object, as you can see in line 24 of the code. And then you can see that we have kept the data frame class even though we have worked with the dplyr package. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.